Alright, we should be live. Microphone looks good. Alright, I don't have a ton of time because I'm going into work super early today. I'm gonna guess other people took off for Easter, so my brother and I are essentially covering. So we're working on Mr. House, President and CEO, is what he is and what he does. And we finished on Guild Pact last time, or I'm sorry, Gatecrash. So we are on Guild Pact and then Guilds of Ravnica. I didn't want to split up the guild sets as far as Ravnica goes, like the three Gs of Ravnica, but there's no way I was going to do the other two in a reasonable amount of time. So, yeah, I don't need any of those. Each opponent loses a life, you gain that much life. I remember when Angel of Despair was such an important card in your um, Wars of Colors. Now you almost never see it because it's just too expensive. Unless it's a really dedicated Blink deck, and even then you kind of want the Archon first and foremost. And ways to cheat that one out. Maybe you run the Angel as a backup, but it's just doing way too much now for Angel to keep up. And then there are other ones. Also, Debtor's Knell. Debtor's Knell used to be like incredibly important if you were going to be white black. Um, I mean, it's still very powerful, but it's not the be all end all that it used to be. Um, yeah, we definitely don't want Culling Sun. That kills all of our stuff. I don't know if we want Debtor's Knell as something we can ramp into. Don't think so anymore. Um, I don't need the Ghost Council. Ghostway, no. Godless Shrine, yes. Hey. Up our dual land. Graven Dominator. Or a creature it haunts? No. Excuse me. Don't need the Mage Marks at all. Hissing Miasma, no. Don't think we need any of the ley lines. Living Inferno, no. Volca, Mortify. Also a card that used to be ubiquitous. Just versatile removal. Has now phased out. Sorry. Hey. Hey. Gains life, loses life. No. Pontiff for anything. Bunch of deals, no. Pillar of the Sleepless, no. Gain Swamp Walk, no. Rabble Rouser. Destroy each creature with the same mana value as the sacrificed creature. Nope. Most of my fodder is going to have the same mana value. Don't need the Skeletal Vampire at all. I don't think. Even with the extra token creation, I don't think we need Skeletal Vampire. Souls of the Faultless. Gain Fear. Nope. Storm Herd. Probably not. Even with the sheer volume of tokens we should be able to make, we're not a life gain deck, so while making like 20 plus tokens would still be incredibly strong, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Sacrifice 3 white creatures whenever another black creature dies, but most of my things are colorless. So aside from maybe wanting Debtor's Knell, I don't think there's anything else that we would actually need. from this set. It was a little depressing. Like I said, a lot of these things used to be staples when Commander was still new, but they printed so much stuff with Commander in mind now that a lot of the old stuff just got phased out. That brings us to Guilds of Ravnica. Don't need Arclight Phoenix. Flying Mentor. Beginning of combat on your turn. Choose up to one target creature you control. That creature gets +2 power and trample if it's red, and vigilance if it's white. Yeah, don't really need that. Don't need the Blood Operative. Gross Challenger, no. Bounty Agent. Chamber Sentry. Glory, no. Tribunal. Dawn of Hope. Deals 3 damage to each creature. Yeah, no. Divine Visitation. If one or more creature tokens would be created under your control, that many 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance are created instead. I forget, does this get around things like if it's myriad, like do I get to keep the creatures? The token's characteristics are entirely replaced by 4/4 angels with flying. Doesn't have any abilities the token would have been created with. Anything else specified in the effect created the token, such as tapped, attacking, gains haste, or exile at end of combat, still apply. If you create a non-token or a non-creature token that will be a creature as it enters the battlefield, perhaps because of an effect such as March of the Machines, doesn't apply to that token. If an effect changes under whose control a token would be created, the effect applies before Divine Visitation's effect applies. If an effect changes under whose control a token would enter the battlefield, the effect applies after Divine Visitation's effect is able to be applied. So we make 4/4 flying angels instead of 3/3 robots, but then they're not artifacts. And I think I actually care that they're artifacts. Like, some of the things I'm looking for are things that bolster when we have artifacts come into play. So making them 4/4 flyers is a strict upgrade in a vacuum. It's just not good enough otherwise. Good old Doom Whisper. Here, Whispering Doom. Gateway Plaza. Guard for Battle. Goblin Crater Maker. Don't need Gravitic Punch. Asda Marshall. Hellkite Whelp, no. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. 3 damage to any target. You gain 3 life. Pack Beast. Justice Strike. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. Legion Guild Mage. No. Legion War Boss. No. Light of the Legion, no. Luminous Bonds, Maniacal Rage. Secrets. Product Wound. Wandering Goblin. Fame, no. Response Resurgence. 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Creatures you control gain first strike and vigilance until end of turn. After this main phase, There's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Righteous Blow, Risk Factor, Wolf Soot, definitely not. Charger, Boar, Beamkin, no. Severed Strand, Sky Knight Legionnaire, Street Riot, no. Swath Cutter Giant, no. Swiftblade Vindicator, Tajik, no. Mentors, dealt damage, deals not much damage, no. Alright, Loxodon, no. Nope, okay. Nothing from Guilds of Ravnica, which brings us to Homelands. If that has anything, I will be genuinely surprised. And I will have completely forgotten about one card in Homelands that would care about my stuff at all. Albion's Tower, Ambush, Abbas, Anzarin Ruins, Apocalypse Chime, Crusader, Sengir, no. Chandler. Okay, the Clockwork Creatures. Didgeridoo. No. No, no, no. Ads are the Abbot. Nope. Shade, no. Arini Sengir. Toscan Falls. Line, Prophecy, Retribution, Autocrat. No. No. And no. Okay. Didn't think so. That was Homelands. Brings us to Hour of Devastation. I don't think Hour of Devastation's gonna have anything, but maybe. We already got Anointed Procession, so we can't get that anymore. Maybe there's something else that cares about token creatures in this set because of all of the Eternalize effects. I don't need the Sarcophagus, a Braid, a Cursed Horde, Active Heroism, Pouncer, Amit, Angel, other Angel, an Appeal to Authority, Free Life, no. Punisher, no. Blur of Blades, Bantu. Leave to Chance. Yeah, I don't think so. Chandra's Defeat, no. Chaos Maw. Claim to Fame. Think so. Gain Trample until end of turn. Nope. Crested Sunmare, no. No. Desert's Hold. Disposable Mummy. Or Disposal Mummy. Sorry. It's okay, Mummy. You're not disposable. No. Dream Stealer, no. Grind to Dust, don't think so. Exile any number of target creatures with -1/-1 counters on them. So Grind puts -1/-1 counters on creatures, so yeah. Farm to Market, Paincaster. Someone requires me to cast non-creature spells, yeah. Flicked and Fire Breathing. God Pharaoh's Gift, probably not. Like, bringing it back as a 4/4 black zombie when we have other cards that care about tokens, it's not the worst, but It's also not the best, honestly. I don't need Undying Fury. Hollow One, Hour of Devastation, no. Glory, no. Revelation, no. Imminent Doom. Kindled Fury. Put a -1, no. No to that. Manticore Eternal. Mirage Mirror. I don't think, right? Mirage Mirror. Artifact, creature, enchantment, or land. We could copy things like Anointed Procession, but that requires 2 extra mana in a turn. Or I'm going to make token creatures. I could also copy any of the dice rolling stuff, but I don't think that's relevant. Does it keep the ability to change what it is? No, it just becomes that until end of turn. So I can't. I would have to activate it multiple times if there was a way I could untap it. Because I'm thinking about if I turned it into the like mana rock artifact that rolls a die, and then untapped it, and then had it turn back into that again so I could tap it again, but that seems very convoluted and not something I'm going to be able to pull off with any kind of consistency, so I don't think we care about Overwhelming Splendor. As good as it is when it's in play and on a player, and all their stuff is tiny and harmless. This does not feel like a Razaketh deck. Actually, hang on. I say that out loud and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm generating large amounts of mana with treasure, and I'm hopefully making like multiple robots a turn that I could sacrifice. This might actually be a Razaketh deck. Okay, never mind. I said it out loud and I realized how dumb it sounds. That the deck capable of making tons of mana and disposable creatures is not a Razaketh deck somehow. Razaketh, the Fiend Blooded. Is it hyphenated for Fiend Blooded? I think it is. Oh no, it's Foul Blooded and it's all one word. Foul Blooded. Well, at least I spelled his name right. 5. Black, black, black. Demon 8/8. Do not need his right, though. Refuse to cooperate, no. Resolute Survivors. Whenever you exert a creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, you gain 1 life. Nope. Sand Strangler, no. Scavenger Grounds, probably not. Like, maybe, but probably not. Don't need the champion. Can't run Struggle to survive. Whenever a creature with -1/-1 counter dies, draw a card, put a -1/-1 counter on another target creature, and I can return it to my hand when it dies. Not really anything I'm trying to do here, so. Target attacking zombie gains lifelink. Target attacking zombie gains death touch. Fire Eternal, no. And no. Alright. That's okay, we got Razaketh. So that's our. That's to Ice Age. Alright, Ice Age, what random weird card do you have for me? Because I don't think I need anything like Necropotence. So. No to Anarchy. When I'm running white cards. No. Battle Frenzy. The Scarab Enchantments. Bone Shaman, no. Brine Shaman, no. The other shamans I can say no to. Nope, they all heard I was down on them and they just left. Don't think I need Dance of the Dead. Demonic Consultation, no. Drought, no. Enduring Renewal. Fear. Fire Covenant. Yeah, that was another one that, for the longest time, was super relevant. Then we just got Toxic Deluge, and they're like, maybe less Fire Covenant, more Toxic Deluge. As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay 3 life, destroy a creature in a land. No. Game of Chaos, Gangrenous Zombies, General Jarkeld. Ah. Yeah, don't need Ghostly Flame. Nobody needs Goblin Sappers. Snowman. Hecatomb. Yeah, I don't think I would have enough swamps for this consistently, even if I had enough creatures to feed to it. Howl from Beyond, Ice Cauldron, no. Ice Flow, Ice Quake, Icy Manipulator, Imposing Visage, no. No to Infernal Darkness, Infernal Denizen, the Cap. Really need the Mask either. Although the Mask is at least more fun, like being able to take your opponent's hand and either give them nothing or negotiate with them what cards they get to have in their hand as long as they use them properly. Like, okay, I'm going to make sure you have an answer to this thing that we both don't like and this thing, and I'm going to give you some weak creatures or whatever that I don't super care about, and you're going to take care of this for us, right? Otherwise, I'm just giving you 5 lands back and we're done here. Lightning Blow, Leshrac Sigil. I don't need any Limb Duel stuff. Equal 1 plus the number of creatures the chosen player controls. Martin Stromgold. Melee. You choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. Whenever a creature attacks and doesn't block this combat, untap it and remove it from combat. Mercenaries, Melting, Mind Warp. Whip, Leshrac, and Tevish Shazat. I don't think I need Mountain Titan. Mudslide, no. Necro. I don't have Forest for Lumberjack. Don't think I need Pox. Like, always a good time, especially when I have, like, swarms of things. Like, large numbers of creatures, large numbers of one-shot mana rocks, so losing the land and the creatures, not really a huge deal. So it's mostly the cards in hand and the life lost. And that's usually a big deal for everybody else, too, so. Spoils of Evil. Spoils of War. No. Stromgold Cabal, no. Already have. Well, we will have swords once we get to limited edition alpha beta. Touch of Death. Vertigo. Lava. Blasting. And Zoran Orb. Nope. Ice Age. Ice Age comes Ikoria. Hooray! Right, because this is where we get our Savai Triome. Get to look at, like, Ruinous Ultimatum and whatnot. Alright. Don't need Bastion of Remembrance, I don't think. Blazing Volley. Monster Spit, Gremlin, no. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. Life Gain Lands. Bushmeat Poacher. Cavern Whisperer. Mutates, each opponent discards a card. No. Don't need Harvester, I don't think. No. Corpse Churn. No. Dire Tactics. Exile a target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. I mean, we have Mr. House as our commander. The biggest problem with this might be that it's 2 mana and not versatile enough, and we already have access to Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile. But I suppose we can consider it, and then I'll probably wind up knocking it off the list because we'll just be running Utter End and Anguished Unmaking and all of that, but... White, black, instant. Dirgebat, no. Granith Magistrate. Like, always a good time for you, specifically, in Commander, but other than that, not so much. Like, definitely not a thing the deck needs. The Fire Prophecy, Flame Spill, Flourishing Fox. Friendship, no. Frenzied Raptor, no. Other humans get +1/+1. Or another human enters the battlefield on your control, exile a target card from opponent's graveyard. 2, sacrifice 2 humans, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Legendary humans you control have indestructible. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, create a 1/1 human soldier creature token. Like, I don't need Mr. House to be indestructible. So, if the card's giving that to him, I kind of need it to be doing something else also. It's not like I'm loaded up with other humans. I don't need the Hemiphage. Site Mentor, no. Labyrinth Raptor, no. Lavabrink Venturer. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. Creature cards exiled this way. Again, you may cast this card from exile as long as you control a Luca Planeswalker. Exile a target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with a higher mana value. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Yeah, probably not. Do we get any value out of Lurus? Like, what 2-drop permanents am I casting from my graveyard? I don't think so. If it turns out we have a bunch, we can come back and add Lurus, but I don't think so. Not things that are intentionally going in the graveyard anyway. Each player chooses an artifact, a creature, and an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the permanents they control, then sacrifices the rest. If red and black was spent to cast the spell, you choose the permanents for each player instead. So white, white, red, black, Cataclysm, including planeswalkers, and then I get to choose what stuff people are keeping. It's not the worst, but it's also not really the best. I think I'd rather just kill everything if we've gotten to that point. Beginning of combat on your turn, exile a target red, white, or black creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 1/1 and gains haste. Think I need that for anything? Porcuparrot, no. Prickly Marmoset, no. Ceratops, no. Breaking Claws, the Rogring cards. Regal Leosaur. Moloch, no. Ruinous Ultimatum, probably. Probably want a Ruinous Ultimatum. That is red, red, white, 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 black, black. Sorcery. Yeah, I probably want the thing that kills all of my opponent's permanents. Oh, they're non-land permanents. Good enough. Sanctuary Lockdown, no. Savai. When you do, deals 2 damage to target creature and you gain 2 life. Anyway, by Triome. By Triome. Scoured Barrens, Serrated Scorpion, Shredded Sails. Alright, Snapdax. Whenever the creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. No. No, sorry, 3/5 double strike. Also, I can't mutate onto a human, which means I can't make Mr. House like a 3/5 double strike. Sonorous Howlbonder. No. Wolverine, no. Fumes, Swallow Whole. No. Tentative Connection, the Ozolith, no. Unpredictable Cyclone. No. Noda. We have a lot of non-humans. How many humans do we have so far? It says 12. Chaos Channeler's a human. Again, Arcanum Weaver, Jury Master the Review, Heskett, Thales, Reverent Medium, and Harbreeze, Ingenious Artillerist would be a good one to find since it would have Indestructible, so it would actually live. Will is not bad. Biomancer, Hymna. Back to Ikoria then. So we can put Winota on the list because we're making non-human creatures that we can attack with. It's 2 white red. 2 white red. And Warrior 4/4. So there is a chance we wind up with enough humans that I want to be able to tutor into play. I actually don't want Zerda because making Mr. House cost less means that I get to spend fewer treasure and roll fewer dice when I have them. So the only reason I want to make them cheaper is because I don't have the mana available. Alright, so that was Ikoria. Brings us to Innistrad. Hey. I don't need the Ghoul or the Griffin or the Reap. Angel of Flight Alabaster. No. Army of the Damned. No. Overseer. Balefire Dragon. Bane. Bitterheart Witch. Blasphemous Act. No. Charmbreaker Devils. Clifftop Retreat. Corpse Lunge. Crossway Vampire. Curse of Stalked Prey. Nightly Hunt. Pierced Heart. Deadweight. Devil's Play. Sacrifice a creature, gain life equals sacrifice creature's toughness. Endless Ranks of the Dead. Fiend Hunter. Heartless Summons. Heretic's Punishment. Nope. Infernal Plunge. Don't think so. Instigator Gang. Into the Maw, no. Ruin Outlaw. Liliana, no. Mentor of the Meek. Merciless Predator. Mikaeus the Lunarch. Moan of the Unhallowed, no. Morica Banshee. Nevermore. Olivia Voldaren. No, like, Olivia's a fine mana sink, but I think we have better things to do with our stuff. Reaper of the Abyss. Reckless Waif, Rolling Tembler. Gyre Ridge, no. Sever the Bloodline, no. Skursdag High Priest, no. Nope. Raya, Tribute Hunger, Breathing Horde. No. Cannibals. Nope. So, original Innistrad, not so much. Crimson Vow. Braid, Adamant Will, Aim for the Head, no. Suitor, Ancestral Anger. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Nope. Maid of Dishonor and/or one or more other vampires enter the battlefield on your control. Create a blood token. Sacrifice another creature or a blood token. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Not quite. Arm the Cathars. Belligerent Guest. Feed Dry. Blood Fountain. Hypnotist. Petal Celebrant. Bloodbat Summoner. Probably not. Bloodcrazed Socialite. I might be down for the Voldaren Bloodcaster or whatever she's called. Just for the extra artifact she makes when the robots die, but or my other creatures, but probably the robots. I do not need the Socialite. Blood-soaked Reveler. Think so. Blood Tithe Harvester. Also, probably not. I want the ones that make a lot of tokens for me, not just like 1 or 2, or require like a huge mana investment to make 1 token. Bride's Gown by invitation only, no. Cemetery Desecrator. Oh, another card from a graveyard when you do choose one. I don't need the Gatekeeper, I don't think. The Protector. Dress to Kill, no. Curtains, Creepy Puppeteer. No. Farmer, Dire Strain Anarchist. Distracting Geist, no. I think I need Dollhouse of Horrors. If they were constructs and not robots, I would probably run Dollhouse of Horrors. But since the things I'm making are robots, robot is a supported creature type. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I don't need the Judge. Falkenrath Celebrants, no. Forebearer, think so. It's a 3 mana, 3/1 flyer. Lots of things are going to get in its way. And trying to get the 2 blood tokens to buy it back, also probably not happening, so. But without a lot more blood support, which, again, is not something I'm looking for, so. I don't need the Reaver, Groom's Finery. Griff Rider, Griffwing Cavalier, or Cavalry rather. Hallowed Haunting. Every time I play an enchantment, I get a spirit with power and toughness equal to the number of spirits I control. Like, I'm running some number of enchantments, but not enough, I don't think. Most of my guys don't have Henrika's keyword, so it's kind of good either. Past her normal utility of being able to draw cards, make opponents lose creatures, and then have a giant flying lifelink creature that pumps. Technically Death Touch too. I don't need Catilda. Do I want Kaya? This is the tokens matter Kaya, right? Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Put a 1/1 counter on up to one target creature token you control. -2 until end of turn if one or more tokens would be created under your control. Twice that many tokens are created instead. And exile all cards from all graveyards, then create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying for each card exiled this way. So yeah, Kaya Geist Hunter might be good enough. So this is Crimson Vow. Kaya Geist Hunter is 1 white black. Starts off on 3 loyalty. Don't need the Flame Breather. Wolf Rider. Magma Pummeler, no. No to the Purifier. Manaform Hellkite. Okay, the next end step. Markov Waltzer. Odric the Blood Cursed. I don't think so. Olivia Crimson Bride. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. It gains when you don't control legendary vampire. Exile this creature. Peril, Piercing Light. Pointed Discussion. Rending Flame. Restless Bloodseeker. Sanctify. Savior, no. Imprisonment. Summons. No. Don't need Sorin, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Natural Rescue. Thalia again. Can't run Toxroll. Fully Efficient. Less, no. So do I actually want the Voldaren Bloodcaster? Or another non-token creature I control dies, I get a blood token. Yeah, probably not then. I don't have quite as many of those. I was thinking is whenever a creature dies, I get a blood token, but if it's non-token creatures, not so much. Alright, so that was Crimson Vow. We do Midnight Hunt. Then we do their 2 commander sets. Abandon the Post, Adeline, Vicious Farmhand. No. No. Blade Scoundrel, Bat Whisperer, Survivor, no. Pulling, no. I don't think I need the Red Adversary. I don't think I need any of the adversaries, honestly. Blood Tithe Collector, no. Burn Down the House, probably not. A 3/1/1 Red Devil creature tokens. I don't think Mr. House wants to run a card called Burn Down the House. That has negative implications for him. He's not exactly comfortable with it. Champion of the Perished, no. Cut Purse, Creeping In, no. Curse of Leeches, no. Silence, no. Dreadhound. No, I don't think so. Do we need any of these things? Falconwrath, no. Pit Fighter, no. Forgers, no. Fangblade, no. Okay. Creature or Planeswalker? Not quite. Festival Crasher, Flame Channeler, Flesh Taker, Florian. One of those cards and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exiled card this turn. I'll play Geistflame Reservoir. Issa, no. Our Trespasser, no. For more, Infernal Grasp. White Adversary, no. Yeah, I don't think we need Jiren. Do I want Jadar? So, I won't have any other Decayed creatures, so he's always going to make a 2/2 each turn if I want him to. That being said, he's a tiny creature, they're tiny creatures, so even if I have things that care about them, it's still not amazing. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. He's always fine when you're in white-black, like, good graveyard hate for, like, aristocrats type things and other death triggers, but we don't have a ton of creatures. I'm expecting a lot of our creatures to either be very expensive and I don't have time to redeploy them, or like it still tempos me really hard to have them die, or they're gonna be tokens being made by things like Mr. House and whatnot. So at least that's where I feel like I'm at with the deck. Do I want a Morbid Opportunist? Probably not. Like, he's fine, but I do love Morbid Opportunist. I wish I could get him into more decks more often, but because it's really hard to not have a creature die. Usually it's him, though. Like, usually I'm getting my card back for having played him. Because it's usually a Wrath effect, and that's assuming that he doesn't get exiled by something. Don't need Stormseeker. Rem Carlos. Thing? Rite of Oblivion is not terrible in this deck. We have tons of permanents to sacrifice. It does exile. Yeah, actually that might not be terrible then. Alright, so Rite of Oblivion. White and a black. Gray sorcery. Yeah, having flashback and having tons of fodder for it means that it's actually a reasonably potent catch-all removal spell. Like, it might actually be able to make the deck where it wouldn't be able to in a lot of other decks that would run the other ones like Anguished Unmaking and whatnot. Which actually means that Dire Tactics has an exponentially lower chance now of making it into the deck. Sigarda's Splendor, no. For Specialist. Sungold Barrage. Sungold Sentinel, no. Sunstreak Phoenix. Adversary. No. The Celestis, don't think so. Meathook Massacre is fine, not essential. Vanquish the Horde. Slaughter. Alright, so that was those, and we're coming up on time, so let's do the Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow Commander decks real quick. I'm not expecting much, due to the focus of each deck. I don't think lines up with what we're doing, but Celestial Judgment, no. Curse of Conformity, no. Merlin Rescuer, nope. Sigarda's Vanguard. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, creatures you control gain indestructible. I mean, the Coven is actually not that hard to pull off because we have Mr. House and his token. The problem is that the tokens are 3 power, so all of these 3 power creatures that care about different powers are not helping anything. And then we don't really care about the zombies either. So Restless Dead, Night Out, Gorex, Howling Geistcatcher, Rotbelly, and Tomb Tyrant. The Memorial, Visions of Glory, Visions of Dread, Curse of Obsession, Visions of Ruin. Yeah, like, it makes some treasures, but that's still not really all that impressive. Also, it flashes back for 7 mana, so. Alright, so that was Midnight Hunt, Crimson Vow Commander, and we will call it there. Don't need. Beginning of your end step, create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn. Stefan attacks, you may sacrifice 2 blood tokens. If you do, put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Yeah, it's not really doing much. I don't need Timothar and his weird vampires die into bats that can die into the vampires in the right circumstances. Melee, this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1. Spirits have melee. And prevent all non-combat damage dealt to my spirits. Creature opponent controls dies, pay 1, make a spirit. Beginning of your end step, create X spirits, where X is the number of opponents who control more lands than you. If it isn't being declared as an attacker, put a 1/1 on her. Souls. Salvation. Choose up to 3 target permanent. Oh, right. And then if their opponent's permanents, we get to draw a card. Vampires have Death Touch and Lifelink. Eh. One or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. Black tap, pay a life, make a 1/1 lifelink vampire. Whenever a creature opponent controls dies, you gain a life and create a blood token. Also, like, useful but not essential. Olivia's Wrath, Predator's Hour, no. Shadowgrange Archfiend. So, Arterial Alchemy. Create a blood token for each opponent you have. Blood tokens you control are equipment. Meh. Each player may discard their hand and draw cards equal to greatest mana value. A commander they own on the battlefield or in the command zone. Nope. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, go target creature. I mean, I have a ton of artifacts to sacrifice, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Or another vampire enters the battlefield on your control. Fights up to one target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Markov Enforcer this turn dies, create a blood token. So up to X target artifacts without mana abilities. X is the number of vampires you control. Or another non-token vampire you control dies, create a treasure token. Sacrifice 2 artifacts, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Choose 3 target creatures in your graveyard, return 2 of them at random to the battlefield, and put the other on the bottom of your library. Is paired with another creature. Each of those creatures has, when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next upkeep. Wedding Ring, no. Doomweaver, no. Mirage Phalanx, no. And then we're into the new card, or the old cards, rather. Alright, well, I have to get ready for work now, so that's going to do it for me. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.